Blake, I told you, girl, the call is coming from inside the fucking house. Pick up. Ryan Reynolds is saying he doesn't need to be here. He didn't ask for this. He doesn't have shit to do with it. Than being a supportive spouse who has witnessed firsthand the emotional, reputational, and financial devastation Miss Lively has suffered. So y'all are broke. If y'all are broke, just say that. Just say you can't pay these lawyers. I know it ain't cheap. Paying lawyer fees for 3 months. You truly believe you don't have nothing to do with this? Your lawyer should have dismissed you from this case from get-go. But no, you all thought you were gonna get away with all the crap. Now that it's not looking good for you, you want a little separation. That's your wife. You're gonna stick beside her. That's the bone of your bone, the rib of your rib. That's yours forever and ever.
Actually, have you ever wondered what kind of wild chaos can happen when big-name celebrities end up stuck in lawsuits tied to each other's careers? Hang on, because that's exactly what people claim is happening with Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni. Folks close to them are whispering that everything is spinning out of control. Some are saying we've only seen the tip of the iceberg, and insiders suggest there's a lot more drama behind the scenes than anyone guessed. Want the scoop? Let me just tell you.
I know why Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds stepped out for the first time since all the drama to the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary. At the end of the day, this is all for PR.
Like he's Canadian.
Look, you punch a couple hundred orphans and suddenly you're mean. This is what I don't understand.
A film with an absolute idiot of a co-star. And this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable.
Okay.
Is Ryan Reynolds...
Blake, people are saying you got warned that the trouble was coming from right inside your own circle. Sources imply that Ryan Reynolds hinted he wants nothing to do with this fiasco. They believe he never asked for it, that he was just being a loving husband who watched the emotional, reputational, and financial mess his wife found herself in.
And Reynolds, has seemingly done, right, is used his power and influence to not only help Blake Lively take over this movie, he's used it, on Deadpool to make fun of Justin Baldoni.
And people can't stop talking about money. Are they running low on funds to keep these attorneys paid for the past 3 months? If they truly had no part in this, folks are asking why Ryan's lawyer didn't remove him from the lawsuit right away. Rumor has it they expected to skate by, but now that things aren't shaping up how they hoped, maybe he's desperate to step away. That's your wife, right? Some are jokingly saying he should stand by her no matter what, calling Blake the rib of his rib, his other half for life. People online are quipping that this whole ordeal might only end in chaos, because every time, it feels like the dust is settling. Even more jaw-dropping revelations pop up. According to an insider, Ryan has been loud about defending Blake, insisting she's in the right and praising her for standing up for herself. It made him look like the perfect husband, but the rumor mill claims there's a video that might prove otherwise, suggesting Blake strong-armed him into voicing his support for PR points. Allegedly, she thought having him publicly back her would help her image, especially while Justin Baldoni keeps threatening to pull back the curtain on her behavior.
Reynolds says Baldoni's lawsuit won't hold up in court. He says him referring to Baldoni as a predator is constitutionally protected opinion. Blake's husband also rips Baldoni's lawsuit as essentially a burn book and claims Justin is trying to shame him for sticking up for his wife. Ryan, I'm still waiting for you to show us one single text message between you and Blake within the time of production that shows her distress, her discomfort, her pain, her suffering, anything. You're telling me your wife was being SH'd at work and you guys did not talk about it in text, in email one time? And I don't want to hear he was on set. He was on set a few times. There were multiple days of production where he was filming Deadpool and she was on set with Justin. You knew this whole time. You've been paying lawyer fees for 3 months.
Word is, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Fredman, revealed they want the case to advance quickly. Ryan, on the other hand, is considered one of Hollywood's biggest stars, and lots of people adore him. Sources close to the situation believe Blake counted on Ryan's popularity to sway public opinion in her favor, but all this negativity might be too heavy for him. Word on the street says he just filed a motion to remove himself from the lawsuit. He's not asking the court to drop the case entirely, just to get rid of any mention of him. It's making some observers think he's exhausted from everything, especially from Blake allegedly forcing him to play along. Does that mean Justin Baldoni is innocent and Ryan's been helping cover up Blake's actions? That's what fans are buzzing about. Insiders hinted that Blake and Ryan made their first public appearance since the uproar at the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary. People say it was clearly a PR move. According to a source, Blake was stuck dealing with a co-star who was insecure on set and ended up angry that scenes weren't working. This left her uncomfortable and vulnerable. There are also jokes floating around about Ryan maybe being mean. Some folks teased that once you punch a couple hundred orphans, allegedly as a silly rumor, people start calling you mean. It's tough to figure out what's real, but what's certain is that Ryan was solidly Team Blake in this legal skirmish. Until now. Insiders are allegedly in shock that Ryan wants out so badly he filed official papers claiming he never should have been named as a defendant because he has no real ties to the accusations. For background, Justin accused him of taking jabs through scenes in Deadpool and Wolverine. According to Chatter, Justin believes Ryan used his influence to help Blake commandeer a film project, then mocked Justin in Deadpool by introducing a character named Nice Pool, apparently a satirical jab at Justin's self-proclaimed feminism. People close to Justin say he's dragging both Marvel and Disney into this, claiming there was a plan to bully Justin. That complaint insisted everyone keep documents reflecting a supposed organized attempt to ridicule or intimidate him. Ryan's lawyers fired back, telling the court Justin's whining about a character parody doesn't amount to real legal harm. Another source indicated Justin's team might do a deep dive into Deadpool's production details, including the actors, producers, and anyone who allegedly allowed such bullying. Because Ryan hasn't denied that Nice Pool was modeled after Justin, it leaves the door wide open for Justin's side to argue Ryan orchestrated a planned smear campaign. Ryan apparently wants this thrown out on grounds that mocking someone through a comedic character doesn't create a valid claim. He says it's not defamation if it's rooted in an opinion he genuinely believes.
Oh, I'm Deadpool. And I guess you're Deadpool too. But in here, everybody calls me Nice Pool. Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too and can't even tell. I don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminist.
Meanwhile, another insider says Justin's lawyers remain determined to prove there was a bigger effort to tarnish Justin's reputation. They believe Ryan, Hugh Jackman, the film's directors, and Disney all got dragged in. Ryan's motion describes him as merely a supportive spouse who watched the toll this took on Blake's life, and he accuses Justin of trying to shame him for standing by his wife. People recall Ryan once labeled Justin a predator, and Ryan's team insists this was simply his honest belief. Evidently, they consider it non-defamatory speech, but Justin's team shot back, claiming Ryan's tactic is just another example of someone with great power in Hollywood trying to escape accountability. They say he was instrumental in harassing Justin, pressuring talent agencies to drop him, and basically working to wreck Justin's career. Some fans call all this ridiculous, but others think Ryan truly wants to bail now that it's an even bigger mess.
Truly believe you don't have nothing to do with this? Your lawyer should have dismissed you from this case from get-go. But no, you all thought you were gonna get away with all the crap. Now that it's not looking good for you, you want a little separation. That's your wife. You're gonna stick beside her. That's the bone of your bone, the rib of your rib. That's yours forever and ever. You're going down together. That should be a song. I just want to see the one text message. She texted you saying, Ryan, today's hard for me. Justin came in my trailer and he looked at me. What I said, with his head full of hair. And yeah, and then I invited him on the jet with us and with me and the kids because I was so scared of him. Show me one text message and I'm Team Blake. But you don't got it. See you in 2026.
Rumors also suggest that Blake pushed him to do it, pressured him to jump in on her behalf because it would paint her in a better light. Folks point to that text Blake supposedly sent Justin, where she compared herself to a certain Game of Thrones character who uses dragons to protect her allies. Some think that's code for how she leans on her powerful circles to fight for her. Another insider notes that Ryan can't be defamed over calling Justin a predator if he genuinely believed it. People are demanding receipts or text messages between Ryan and Blake showing real distress from her, but apparently none have surfaced. Online chatter claims if Blake had been truly terrified of Justin, there would be evidence somewhere.
Now, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have been in the news a lot, and Ryan Reynolds, we want to know, was that an improv or was it scripted, his little piece he did?
That was actually, he had a different line in rehearsal, and he pitched that to replace it. So that was his idea to do it. We wouldn't want to do anything too controversial unless they were in on it. So yeah, that was his line. That was his idea to do.
Others recall allegations of Blake's past bullying. A former assistant on A Simple Favor supposedly quit because Blake was too cruel. That assistant director, Barbara Seaman, posted comments implying Blake's behavior on set was so awful she went home in tears. She later removed her posts, but nothing online disappears for good. She claimed she wasn't alone in that experience, describing Blake's meanness to many people. Another time, a Gossip Girl crew member described her as disrespectful toward fans and staff, acting like a spoiled child. Some are connecting these dots, saying it's hardly surprising she might also push Ryan around. Sources indicate Justin's lawyer vows to reveal more receipts soon, including proof Blake used bullying tactics to get her way. In the end, some think Ryan should just stand by his spouse rather than trying to bail. Others say, if he really had nothing to do with it, he should never have been part of the lawsuit. People can't resist making jokes, like they want to see just one text from Blake saying Justin made her feel uncomfortable. They say if she can't produce even a single message, why would they believe her? And they close with, "See you in 2026, implying this battle might go on forever.
Unaware of anybody, frankly, whose wife has been sexually harassed and has made jokes about that type of situation. I can't think of anyone who's done anything like that, and so it surprised me. Yeah, that seemed like that might be the latest move.
What did you think when you saw, Ryan, make light of the situation? I guess try to find some humor in all this.
Meanwhile, insiders claim Ryan's comedic SNL cameo was planned in advance, not improvised. Production sources close to SNL allegedly stated Ryan's line was locked and loaded before the show, so it wasn't a spur-of-the-moment jab. An SNL representative tried to deny that, but a well-known cue card handler insisted Ryan pitch that joke himself. People are asking why he'd make fun of Justin if this is such a serious thing for Blake. Justin's lawyer seemed shocked that anyone whose spouse endured a terrible situation would treat it like a punchline. Word on the street is Ryan might be facing repercussions from Disney for violating their morality clause. Apparently, he made around $30 million for Deadpool vs. Wolverine, which is a huge payday. But some behind-the-scenes folks were already uneasy about how much he earns. Add in a lawsuit and it doesn't look good. Disney is rumored to have fired him, or at least considered it, though many fans doubt they'd drop such a lucrative star. Then again, Disney is known to cut loose anybody who threatens their image or profits. That rumor started when someone claimed on social media they'd heard he was fired for mocking another director in the film. The user said they hoped it was true, so the studio could finally retire certain old jokes. Right now, nobody's sure if he's really off the project. But apparently, Disney executives won't hesitate if the legal headache gets too big. Justin was let go first, and public opinion seems to have turned on him. Still, the speculation is that Ryan wants out of the lawsuit before he loses even more, perhaps his entire career. Observers believe he wants to go back to being the beloved, wisecracking star, even if that means leaving Blake in the crossfire. But Justin's attorney vowed they won't let him vanish that easily, insisting that the law can't be twisted by people just because they have fame and power. Sources say they're determined to move forward with evidence of Blake's alleged lies and intimidation. There's also speculation about how Disney handled jokes in Deadpool. Ryan implied that when it comes to humor, money might do the talking, because they allowed lines that poked fun at nearly everything. Some watchers wonder if that might extend to mocking Justin. But Ryan might have bitten off more than he can chew this time, and that's the sentiment floating around. So, what about you? Are you convinced Ryan's stepping away from Blake just because the heat is too much? Do you think Justin is innocent? Or do you believe Blake's side? Share your thoughts in the comments, and tell your friends about this headline-grabbing drama. Let me just tell you, it's not over yet. Hang on, because there will likely be more twists. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for the next round of revelations. And if you're still curious for more hints about what's coming, keep your eyes peeled. People say the real final showdown might not even happen until 2026. I have it on good authority that this story is far from done.